Welcome back to the video, guys. My name is Everletcher, and today I am back with a very different video from what I'm used to. This video is definitely going to be completely out of my comfort zone on the YouTube platform, but it's something that honestly just bugs me, and I really wanted to go and give my opinions on this. So if you are kind of living under a rock and you do not know what this current drama on YouTube is, it is the H3H3 versus Keemstar drama, and it's been going on all week actually, and it's actually very big on YouTube. There's been a ton of accusations going out. Both content creators have caused the other one to lose sponsors, and overall it's just honestly a bunch of crap, but I'm going to be going over and giving my opinions on the most recent things that happened. So basically, Keemstar made a second video on this H3H3 drama, and then H3H3 made his third video on this entire drama, and I'm going to be going over H3H3 specifically. I do want to go ahead and point out that, no, I am not subscribed to either of his people. I'm not a fan of either of his people, so this is going to be a 100% unbiased opinion on just a viewer's angle, viewer's point of view on this entire situation. So no, this is a 100% unbiased opinion. I honestly don't like Keemstar. I honestly don't like H3H3 either. I have nothing against them, but I just don't like them. I'm not a big fan of all the drama on this channel, on this YouTube platform in general. But this specifically, I was keeping up with this specifically, and honestly, it's a lot. I have a lot to really say about this, so just sit back, relax, and let's just go and hop right into this. So like I said, this is going to be on H3H3's video, Nuclear Winter Keemstar. And the first thing I wanted to point out is that H3H3 says that Keemstar renewed his attacks on Tony, and he states that Keemstar said that the catfish story on Tony is not his story to tell, but Keemstar kept pushing for Tony to tell the catfish story to everyone. And I wanted to point out that Keemstar never actually renewed his attacks on Tony. He never once started calling Tony a pedophile once again. He never said that. So H3H3, stop twisting that. That's just something you really don't need to twist. Definitely, if that's what you got out of that, then you honestly have just a delusional type of thought process, and that's just all on you. If you didn't understand it properly or you misunderstood it, you should have got other people's opinions before making it public and telling people that this is what he was doing. And the catfish story is that Keemstar is in the right. He should honestly be 100% pushing for Tony to tell this catfish story. I'll get into that in a minute, but like, you say that Tony addressed this in 2017 and Keemstar resurrected these allegations, and that's, I mean, he may have addressed it in 2017, but what Keemstar was saying is that Tony was recently getting hate for it. It might have not been recent, but he was getting hate for it, and Tony was saying that it was because Keemstar was sending hate towards Tony. And that's not what the case was. The case was that he was getting hate for this catfish story, and that is why Keemstar is pushing for Tony to be the person to actually share this story with people. You see that Keemstar is making new claims of Tony being a pedophile, but once again, like I just said, that was never once stated in his entire video, and I find that very, very sad that you're stating that, because I have not seen Keemstar say anything about Tony being a pedophile. Last thing that came out on that was him saying that he is not. The entire video that was focused on one point of Keemstar's video on H3H3, and you were clearly avoiding all the points that he was made except for the Tony story. You did not want to address anything else that Keemstar had put out in that video, which honestly is kind of shady. Keemstar made a video with several very, very good points, I believe, and your entire response avoided 90% of everything said in that video. Some of the allegations that H3H3 clearly were trying to avoid was the fact that H3H3 made the claims that the entire Catholic organization was just a bunch of rapists, and how Keemstar brought to light that H3H3 once accused this man, I don't remember the man's name, but he accused this man of being, he accused him of being a rapist, a pedophile, a child molester, and someone who eats children. I don't even get that last part, but because of this, that drove that one man to be suicidal. It caused him to be very hard to find jobs. This dude was getting death threats almost every single day, and honestly, it just completely messed with this man's mental. And 2 years later, H3H3 came out saying that, oh, he might not be a pedophile. I was just saying that he looked like that. Why didn't you say that back when you actually did that. Like when Keemstar said that Tony was a pedophile, 2 hours later, he made the claims, made the statements that he was wrong on it, and you waited 2 years. So Keemstar's entire segment in his video about Tony was to state why Tony was receiving hate. He never once stated that Tony was a pedophile in that video. That was a past thing that was already resolved. Keemstar made it very clear that he was wrong in the past when he called Tony a pedophile, and he made it very clear that he did not want to make that same mistake again. He even showed video proof that Tony forgave him for the false allegations that Keemstar made on Tony in the past about him being a pedophile. He showed how Tony forgave him and how they actually played some RuneScape together, and basically that Tony just wanted to be friends with Keemstar. Keemstar offered him money and stuff like that, but Tony didn't want anything like that. He just wanted to be friends with Keemstar. And so it's really kind of just a bunch of bull crap that H3H3 is going to twist it just to make Keemstar the bad guy in this situation. So Keemstar was making the statement that Tony was receiving hate not because of Keemstar was sending him hate, but because there was a catfish story that had resurfaced about Tony. And honestly, 100%, it does not matter whether or not the story is true. It could be false, it could be true. Everyone's saying it's false, so hey, it might be false. That really does not matter though, because even a false story can send someone hate, and that's what Keemstar was trying to say. This story may very well be false. That does not matter. The fact is, Tony was receiving hate because this story resurfaced. It may be false. People get hate for false allegations all the time. Just look at Toby Turner. It does not matter whether or not the allegations are true or false. You can still receive hate for them, and that is 100% what Keemstar was trying to say. That's what I got out of it. I do not understand how you could have not gotten that out of it unless you were intentionally trying to twist the story. One thing I did want to point out is that H3H3 is being a massive hypocrite in this entire drama, this entire situation. And you guys, I'm going to get hate for saying that. I 100% guarantee you that someone's going to hate me for saying this. But H3H3 is being a massive hypocrite throughout all of this. H3H3 makes a complaint about Keemstar bringing up this whole story about the catfish story that was from the past. It's all in the past. That's what he said. And this is the same person who made a 46-minute video that was entirely stories and false allegations from the past, all out of context on Keemstar. Why are you going to complain about Keemstar bringing up past stories and allegations about Tony, saying that it's wrong, when you did the same thing for 46 minutes on one video out of nowhere from stuff that was years ago that have all been proven to be out of context? That's just being a massive hypocrite right there, and I'm gonna go over why you actually did that in a minute. So just sit back and wait for that. But honestly, stop complaining about something when you're doing the exact same thing. Honestly, if there's one thing that I truly hate, it's hypocrites. And yeah, everyone's going to be a hypocrite at one point in their life. But to be a hypocrite at this level is just something different. And honestly, it's just completely sad. I mean, you're like, how old? Like 40-something years old, and you haven't even learned simple things like this. And it's just sad. Not to mention, like I said, all of these things were out of context, and they've already been completely debunked, so there's really no point in even bringing them back up. And this dude was really just bringing it, H3H3 was really just bringing all this stuff back up out of nowhere, literally just because he wanted attention and money. So I want to make it very clear that H3H3's entire response video called Nuclear Winter was extremely awful. He twisted so much information that from Keemstar's video, Keemstar's initial response, he twisted so much information in response to this, and honestly, it's obvious what's happening. It's 100% obvious what's happening. Anything that Keemstar says right now is going to be twisted against him by H3H3 just to make Keemstar look like a bad guy. They had some Twitter beef or something, and it's honestly very petty how H3H3 is reacting. And I've seen multiple situations like this where anything that this person is going to say is going to be twisted against him and used against him, and it's completely sad. Stuff like this on YouTube, stuff that can actually damage a person's reputation, and when it's someone's actual real-life identity, because Keemstar does show his face, it's going to affect him in the real world, and that's completely sad that someone's going to act like this, especially when it's someone like H3H3 who's like 40-something years old. I'm not entirely sure what his age is. I'll Google that right now. But, like, his age, like, this dude's this old, and he's actually acting like a freaking 17-year-old. And it's honestly completely sad. This man, 33, holy, you're not aging well. But anyways, it's sad that someone that's 33 years old is acting like a 17-year-old. And, like, dude, just grow up. completely grow up. You're twisting everything someone says just to make someone look bad. That's literally childish stuff right there, and it's sad that you're acting like this. And I can't believe your parents were that bad at raising you to where you're actually acting like this. So like I said, he twisted a lot of information, and I do want to point out the H3H3 completely disregarded 90% of Keemstar's video. Keemstar had several points in his video, and the only thing H3H3 actually replied to and actually responded to and actually made a response video to, instead of putting it all in one video, as of right now, he has not responded to any of the other stuff that Keemstar brought up. But the only thing that H3H3 responded to on his nuclear winter video was the entire Tony story. He didn't reply to anything else. He didn't reply to all the stuff about how he called the entire Catholic organization rapists, or how he almost drove this dude. He drove this dude to be suicidal because of his allegations against him. He did not want to talk about all of that, which is honestly completely sad. And like, dude, you're literally filtering out so much stuff. You're filtering out anything that you cannot use to make this man look bad, and that's completely sad. H3H3, you need to grow up. So the last thing I do want to point out is, why is H3H3 making so many videos on Keemstar, and why is it only a bunch of out of context drama from the past? I have very good theories and thoughts about why this is happening. So H3H3 is making so many videos on Keemstar for the sole purpose of making revenue. And then you might think I was kind of stupid for this. You're probably thinking, oh, he's a huge content creator. Why would he be this desperate to make revenue? And I have a very good reason for that. Every single content creator on this platform right now that is monetized will understand that ad rates right now are extremely low. They are extremely low because of COVID-19 and how it is affecting businesses. To explain that very lightly for you guys, for example, YouTube and how people get paid is strictly from businesses and advertisements. For example, Amazon right now is doing pretty poorly because of COVID-19, and because of this, they're not going to spend as much money to put out advertisements. If they're not spending as much money to put out advertisements, then all of us creators who rely on advertisements to make money on their videos are not going to be able to make as much revenue. So, because of that, everybody on YouTube is making less money than they usually make on their videos, which led to this person being so money hungry, which is H3H3, by the way. That is this person, and he made a video completely out of context on this man from years ago, just so he could try to slander him and make some profit. It's kind of sad. I mean, seriously, what better way to make more revenue than it's easy cash, bringing up tons of out of context drama from the past on one of the biggest names of the platform. I mean, you might not agree with Keemstar being one of the biggest names of the platform, but you cannot deny that if you ask someone who is involved in YouTube, if they know who Keemstar is, they're gonna know who he is. They're gonna know who he is from one way or another, and they might not know Keemstar, but they will know DramaAlert. They're gonna know one of the two. Keemstar is one of the biggest names on this channel, and that is on this platform, and that is why H3H3 is bringing him up, because it's so easy to make money off of slandering one of the biggest names on the platform. It's so easy to do that. And so that's going to lead you to my next question, which was, why is it all out of context and why is it all from the past? Very good reasoning for that as well. So it's only out of context because that is literally the only way to make Keemstar look like the bad person in this situation. Because, I mean, if you're going to take it out all of context, you can twist it however you want to. And then lastly, why is it all from the past? Because there's nothing new to cover on Keemstar. There's no new huge drama to cover on Keemstar. There's no new huge mistakes that Keemstar has made that you should cover. So you're going to take it all from the past because you're that money hungry. You are that sad of a human. You're that much of a lowlife. You need to get a life, grow up. You're 33 looking like you're 52. Grow up. That's really all I have to say about this. I just wanted to talk about the H3's response, and the whole point of this is not to bring up this whole drama situation. I just want to point out, I just want to state, people on YouTube should not be acting like this. Even when money is getting harder on YouTube, its revenue ad rates is getting lower. Just because you're making less money does not justify you acting like a complete retard on camera. It does not justify you slandering other people. You should never be slandering people. Only speak the truth, which, yes, both people have spoke some truth in their videos. Don't get me wrong there. But so much of this is being slandered. And I'm not saying that Keemstar is a perfect person. They've both made huge mistakes in the past, as I said earlier in this video. But both content creators should honestly grow up. But both of them have some growing up to do. One of them more than the other. And yeah. Neither of them are perfect, but nothing justifies you acting like a retard and completely slandering people just because you want some extra revenue. Like, nothing is going to justify that. And honestly, that's really all I have to say right there. Anyways, guys, I know this was a completely different video than what I generally make, so I hope you guys did enjoy it. Hopefully you guys actually watched it. If you did make it this far, then comment down below what your thoughts on this entire situation are. I'm expecting to get hate for this because it is a really big topic in the community right now, and this is actually completely different space on YouTube that I'm used to dealing with. I've actually never gone into another organization on YouTube like this, and so it's the first time for me. So if you guys do enjoy stuff like this, and just show some support, and I can try to get some more out to you guys like this, just giving my opinions on huge situations like this. Anyways, guys, if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys leave a like and comment down below your situation on this. If you guys are new, feel free to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. And with that being said, I hope you all had a very blessed day. Remember, stop slandering people. Grow up when you need to grow up. Call yourself. Your friends should be calling you out when you're making stupid mistakes like this. If they're not, they're not real friends. But yeah, hope you guys all had a very blessed day. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.